Okay, so the first technique I'm going to show off is a standing U-turn. It looks like this. This can be pretty useful. Not always, but it does have its uses sometimes. Basically what you want to do is you want to hold your drift button while at the same time holding your accelerate button. So I'm on PC. That would be up arrow and shift for the default controls at the same time, and then press a direction. For example, I'm pressing left right now. I'm turning to the left. Accelerate and drift, and hold right. Bam. And you barely move in your current position. You can kind of do it while boosting too, although you kind of slide around. The only thing to watch out for when doing this is for activating filter keys, which activates, I think, after you hold down for the shift key for 7 seconds or longer on Windows computers. The second technique I'm going to show off is a strafe at the end of a ramp. Like that. Basically what that does is it gives you a bigger jump than if you were to not strafe off the ramp. Now I'm going to reach top speed and do this strafe at the very end. See that? It's actually quite the difference. Depends on the ramp. Usually you're not going to really notice it that much. See, I just did it right there. It's actually natural for me at this point because I do it so much. But you will start to get it naturally. All you're doing is you're just strafing right at the edge of the ramp, and what it's doing is it's carrying your momentum. It's actually giving you a little bit more speed. Look at that. Oh, I screwed that up. But still. Like, look at that. See, it really does change the trajectory of your jumps. That's something to keep in mind. Like, I could go off this and strafe. See? Now I went flying. So that's just something to keep in mind for strafing off of ramps. Pretty useful. Okay, so now I'm going to be explaining one of the most important techniques in this game, which is the boost exploit. First, I'm just going to go down this huge straightaway in Burnout Glacier, just with regular boost, nothing special, just holding my boost. So my top speed is 230 miles an hour. Pretty fast. Most people would think that this is a very, very, very fast speed for this game. But really, that is absolutely nothing compared to what we can reach using the exploit. Okay, now I'm going to go down that same straightaway except utilizing the boost exploit. So we reached a top speed of about 380 miles an hour, which is pretty amazing. And we got a stunt of 2,500 just by using that exploit. And the way you do the exploit is you literally, it's super simple. You just gotta mash the boost button or your accelerate button. Just mash it as fast as you possibly can and you will start gaining insane speeds. This does not work with every single vehicle in the game, but it works with most of them to varying degrees. One thing to note though is that this technique does not work very well in the console versions. It works with jet boosters decently, but the console versions simply don't allow for this many inputs, or at least if they do allow for that many inputs, the game kind of has a different frame rate, so it doesn't really work in the physics engine of the game that well. It's kind of hard to explain, but that's basically it. Here's a technique that's useful rarely, but it is still good to know. I'm not sure really what to call this. I guess I could just call it wall jumping. But basically, you drive up a vertical wall, slow down, boost, and then you can turn yourself around just like that. Normally what would happen is you just go up here and you'd be like, wait, I don't want to be up here, whoa, slow down, turn around. And it's really slow and not really, It's not that useful. But if you use this technique, you go up, slow down, boost, and now you just got 400 plus stunt points, and you're ready to move along. So I would say that that one is definitely useful, just again, not very often. Okay, now a technique I'm going to demonstrate is what I'm going to call quick firing or quick fire. Basically, if you drive into some bonus points while holding the spacebar to fire, it will shoot multiple times in succession, very fast. Take a look. Just like that, 4 shots in 1 second. So this one is actually very useful for combat, very useful for battle. Literally all you're doing is reloading instantly after collecting the bonus points. It's super simple. You literally just hold down the fire button and run into bonus points. You don't have to have a huge line of bonus points, but that just makes it really obvious to demonstrate. Right here, bam, 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 3. That was like 4 right there. That's like super destructive for any opponent. So this technique, I will say, is very important, and I think I do use it in speedruns sometimes. In general, it's a really good technique to know, so definitely keep this one in mind. Okay, the technique I'm going to show off now is the last one for this video, and I believe it was discovered by Alex Endall Games. He made a video on it calling it the shift glitch, but I'm just going to call it strafe bouncing. Or, yeah, I think strafe bouncing is pretty accurate, because basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up to a high speed, and then strafe against a wall, and then strafe back out, and it will send me bouncing. Here's what it looks like. It might not seem like much, but depending on your speed and the bounce you get, it can be useful. On the console versions, it actually seems better from my experience. But yeah, strafe, strafe out, strafe in, strafe out. It doesn't work against these curved walls. It has to be a hard wall. It works against objects too. See, that one sent me pretty far. And that can be really good to dodge AI in battles, because it's super unpredictable and it really sends you flying sometimes. It's not working too well right now, but there are certain areas where it works better than others. So it's really all about experimentation, because every wall has its variety. See, that one sent me down here, and bam, now I can make a quick turn. And it was pretty useful. So yeah, that's what I have to say about that technique. So yeah, thank you for watching this video on all these Hot Wheels Velocity X techniques. I figured it was about time I made a video compiling some of the different techniques that are considered advanced to help new players, help veteran players, and to help experienced players. So hopefully some people find some sort of use in this video. I'm sure people will. So thank you for watching, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you some other time.